Brett, I've been walking around the sidelines for a couple hours now talking to people with the Broncos. They absolutely love this guy. And look, they have a chance to do something tonight that they haven't done in almost a decade, clinch a spot in the playoffs. And the belief that they can do it comes from their rookie quarterback, the guy you see right there, Bo Nix. Offensive tackle Mike McGlinchey tells me that Bo Nix can do anything, calls him extremely talented, but says he's most impressed with the way he prepares, saying throughout the week he does everything he can to make sure he does not have the same mistake twice, saying he will do whatever it takes. He is so laser focused. We saw that the first guy on the field, as I mentioned earlier, 3.5 hours before kickoff. It also helps that the offense has only given up 20 sacks this season. The last time an offense only allowed 20 sacks with a rookie quarterback, we got to go way back to 2008, Matt Ryan's Falcons. I asked McGlinchey about that this week, and he says we have a lot of pride that what we're doing is finally working. He says with Bo Nix, the way he's back there playing with so much confidence, they believe that they can beat anybody. Colleen, the Chargers already have won more games in Jim Harbaugh's first season than the entire season last year. And look, I'm around this team all the time. When you walk into the locker room, it just feels different than it has in years past. I had a chance to catch up with Khalil Mack, who is active tonight for the Chargers, and he told me it's different playing for new defensive coordinator Jesse Minter because of the schemes that he throws out there, but also because of the way he simplifies things, especially for the guys in the back end, saying those DBs, those corners, he feels like they're ready to play on a Wednesday for a Sunday game. Joey Bosa echoed the same things when I talked to him. He told me for the first time in his career, he feels different this season in a Chargers uniform. Remember, he's in his 9th season with this team. And Colleen, they're starting to believe, and get this, the defense is on pace to play 1,000 less snaps this season than they did a season ago. It's been on and off snowing here in Pittsburgh. A feels like temperature of a whopping 0 degrees for this big AFC North showdown. The playbook will be limited tonight because of the weather and also because of the status of running back Chase Brown, who has been ruled out of this game with an ankle injury. He initially was questionable coming into tonight. We stood here and watched him go through a pregame warm-up. About 15 minutes, he was running up and down the field and kind of slowed down and started limping. He did try to cut a couple different moves, never got up to full speed, shook his head no at the trainer, and immediately walked off of the field. So what does that mean for this Bengals team? Well, to put in perspective his importance to this team, he has 990 rushing yards this season. All the other Bengals running backs combined have less than 300 rushing yards. But the sole focus for this Bengals team tonight is win by any means necessary. In talking with players this week, they tell me they like actually playing tonight on Saturday so that they don't have distractions as to what happens if this happens or what scenario would cause them to miss or make the playoffs. It's win tonight and let tomorrow's scenarios play out tomorrow. Rich, Jalen Hurts is coming off his best game in terms of rushing yards since the 2022 season. And Saints linebacker Willie Gay says he's like a two-headed snake, saying he can bite you with his arm and his legs. So today will be the first true test for the Saints defense against their first mobile quarterback of the season. This is an area they've struggled in, giving up 5 yards to opposing quarterbacks per carry, the worst in the NFL. But they feel like they've upgraded in that area this offseason, and they currently have the league's fastest linebacker group. Kobe, with everything this team has been through, you were at practice this week, you see the fires breaking out, you relocate to have the game in Arizona, and you get the win. What does this mean, not just for the Rams, but for the city of LA?
Yeah, we had the city on our back this week.
One of the key moments of the day, your touchdown, 3rd and goal from the 6, initially ruled incomplete. What were you thinking there?
I was thinking that Lamar threw an incredible ball.
Just before halftime, you guys get 3 points thanks to a free kick field goal by Cameron Dicker. What kind of spark did that give your team just before the half?
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. Get points. Coach Vic and Coach Beep actually covered that this week. It was like, hey, be alert. This happens. It's something we just bring up every now and then. So we were ready. It happened. I didn't think it would ever really happen, but it did. So we were ready. You guys actually covered doing a free kick field goal in practice this week? Coach Vic and Coach Beep. Yeah.
That's awesome. Under a minute to go, you have a game-saving interception. The Falcons, of course, 4th and 12, could have gone down and scored and won the game. Walk me through that last play. You're still out of breath.
Oh, yeah, I'm out of breath.
Jalen, the past 2 games came down to the final minutes. Today, you guys find a way to win. Take me through that pass to Goddard and that final drive.
Well, I think this week we just handled the situation a lot better.
And then I said, what do you have to do to get that out of Matthew Stafford tonight? He said, Matthew just has to be Matthew, saying he's at his best in the most important moments. And tonight, a very important moment for this Rams team for so many different reasons. Safety Quentin Lake tells me tonight it's about more than just football, saying this is bigger than the LA Rams. They're playing for the city of Los Angeles. And he said if we can just be a distraction or give people hope for a couple hours as they've been dealing with the devastation that's gone on in Southern California due to the wildfires, that's what they want to give them. The Bills have won 7 straight games and just clinched their 5th straight AFC East title. But tight end Dawson Knox tells me nobody on the team is happy with that unless they reach their ultimate goal, the Super Bowl. I asked him what's different about this team, and he says their off-the-field chemistry, the camaraderie, and also the meetings Josh Allen calls for the entire offense on Fridays, where he goes through each position group and asks players which plays they like in the game plan and which they're not comfortable with, and then relays that message to OC Joe Brady. Knox telling me it's made a huge difference this season, and it shows. The Bills currently 2nd in the league in terms of points per game this season. So how do the Rams stop them and stay in the race for the NFC West title? Well, they have to score early, something they've struggled to do this season, scoring a total of 20 points in first quarters this entire season. Running back Kyron Williams telling me no matter what, they cannot abandon the run game. Rich, Falcons players tell me they feel recharged and ready to go after the bye week. Remember, heading into the bye, they dropped back-to-back games. It was the first time in Kirk Cousins' career that he had consecutive starts without throwing a single touchdown pass. Falcons head coach Raheem Morris says they did a lot of self-scouting during that week off, and he admitted they've neglected play action, using it at the 2nd lowest rate in the NFL this season. He says they have to add it back to their arsenal because that's when Kirk Cousins is at his best. But keep in mind, today they face a Chargers defense that's allowing the 2nd fewest yards on play action passes.